the Mitch Rich Show, issues are highlighted. Dr. Michelle E. is changing lives, yeah. On the Mitch Rich Show.
Hello and welcome to the Mitch Rich Show. I am Dr. Michelle He, your host. Today we'll be talking about foster care, the foster care system, and how to find resources on how to become a foster care parent. Later in the show, we will be speaking with some key personnel who are directly involved or connected with foster care. According to the most recent federal data, there are currently more than 400,000 children in foster care in the United States of America. They range in the age from infants to 21 years old in some states. The average age of a child in foster care is more than 8 years old, and there are slightly more boys than girls. Foster parenting goes beyond helping an individual child. Foster parents help to fight the problems of homelessness, substance abuse, mental health, domestic abuse, poverty, and the list goes on. Foster parents can also be role models to birth parents on better ways of parenting the children. In the words of former First Lady Barbara Bush, and I quote, "You have to love your children unselfishly. That is hard, but it is the only way." I am a foster parent to a beautiful baby boy and girl. The decision to become a foster parent wasn't one that I took lightly. It is a major responsibility and may come with challenges. However, I'm a firm believer that challenges make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life more meaningful. Also, as a foster parent, my job is not to investigate a child's situation or background. I've taken on this role to love, provide stability, and support to these children. Well, today we'll be talking to Kristen Stableen, who is the Executive Director for Avidity, which is a placement organization for foster care children here in Broward County. Kristen, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you.
You are the executive director. What does your job entail as the executive director for Avidity?
So I oversee our group home programs. We have 3 group home programs for adolescents, who boys and girls who are in the foster care system in Broward County. We have an emergency shelter called Safe Place, that when children are first removed from their families, they come through Safe Place. Many of them, if there's no placement, they come through Safe Place. It's an emergency shelter, so they stay anywhere from hours to days to sometimes months. And we also have foster care placements, so we license foster homes.
What are the benefits that you would see if there's someone that's out there right now that's struggling with whether they should become a foster mom or a foster dad or not? What are the benefits you would tell them to do it?
Every child needs a home with, parents, adults who care about them. And oftentimes, teenagers are end up in group homes because there aren't enough adults that will take on fostering a teenager, and sibling groups as well. Those are the 2 areas that I think struggle to get placed, are large sibling groups and teenagers for sure. So the need is there, and the rewards from what I get from our foster parents, the rewards of helping, a child who has been removed from their own family, are just, incredible.
The goal of foster care is reunification. That's the main goal. And so most times the children, you want to get them back to their biological parents, because you want them to be in that place where they feel like they're being loved by the person that brought them into the world. What are some of the things that you would say that will help a family to go back to reunification?
They don't want to be in the system. They want to be with their families.
Yes.
So, to bridge the gap, to have foster parents who can bridge the gap between the system and the biological parent, that takes special people to be able to, special foster parents to work with those biological parents to make sure they can rise to the occasion and they can still see their children.
There's also a fear component on the children behalf. What are the measures that are taken as we close? To get this fear factor away from the children as they are placed in your care.
Well, what we do, um, we we do a lot of training with foster parents, and we give a lot of support because sometimes the kids do come with behaviors that that we don't like. Uh, so I think training is a big part of what we do, and support, and making sure that if a family is struggling and needs assistance, that they get it when they need it.
Well, thank you so much, Kristen. And it was an absolute pleasure speaking to you and just hearing from your heart as the executive director for Avidity, who is one of the placement organizations here in Broward County. Continue to doing what you do, and we really appreciate and love you. Thank you so much.
On the Mitch Rich Show.
Well, that was Christine Stabline, who is the executive director for Avidity, and now we have the program manager for foster care for Avidity, and none other than our own Gail Robinson Daly. How are you doing, Gail?
Hi, I am good.
All right, so you are the program manager, and also you're involved in the placement of foster care, the foster kids for foster care. What is it that you would say the process does involve getting to become a foster parent?
All right, once we have found people who are interested in becoming foster parents, the process is pretty simple, and at Avidity, we try to make it as easy as possible for potential foster parents who are interested. Now, there's a mandatory 21-hour training, which is called the peer training. So that is done usually at the beginning after orientation. Orientation is usually an hour or so, just to let people get an understanding of what foster care is about and if in fact it is a good fit for them. So once we have gotten past the orientation stage, then we are doing the 21-hour foster parent training. We're very flexible with how we do that 21 hours. So in most cases, we do it on the weekend. We might do it in small cohorts, or we can do it individually to accommodate the schedule, the time schedule of the foster parents who are involved. Then we might do additional training, such as behavior management training and trauma focus or trauma related training. These trainings will definitely ensure that the foster parents are equipped with dealing with the behaviors that they might see from the kids in the home.
Why is it necessary though to do trauma training?
So we have all experienced trauma. Needless to say, a child who has been removed or been involved in the child welfare system at some point have experienced whether it's acute or complex trauma. So it is very important for people who are interested in foster care and more specifically foster parents to understand that these kids, because of the abuse, abandonment, or neglect that they have experienced, are coming to us with some form of trauma. Therefore, that training, that specific training is needed.
What would you say to someone who wants to do foster care but they're like, I can't afford it? What kind of benefits do they receive? I know some persons don't know that they get a financial assistance. What are some of the benefits and the assistance that they get as a foster parent?
Well, depending on the level of care, well, all of them, all levels come with a stipend, what we call a stipend, because it's not a salary. It's not something you claim on your taxes. It's not income.
So it's not taxable.
It's not taxable and it's not considered income. You will not get a 1099, you will not get a W-2 because it's not a job.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for all that you do, Gail, and your dedication to the foster care system is amazing, and it's one that has to be commended. I just want to talk to the persons out there who are struggling or who has the space in their home and they can, accommodate a foster child or children, they should go ahead and do it. So thank you so much, Gail. I wish you all the best, and I know that you'll continue to help the community in what you do. God bless you.
On the Mitch Rich Show.
Are you a kind, caring, and committed person? If you are, here at Linden Nursing Services, we're seeking home health aides, CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Come and join our team of professional caregivers today. Not only are we the best in the business, but we deliver services of the highest quality. Give us a call today. We are waiting to hear from you. 561-434-5005, or visit us on our web at lindennursing.com. Well, you're tuned in to the Mitch Rich Show with Dr. Michelle E. And now we're talking about foster care and its benefits. And we have with us now former commissioner of the City of Lauderdale Lakes, Eileen Rattray. And she has been a foster mom for many years. She's going to tell us a little bit about her journey as a foster mom and the benefits that she has accomplished by being a foster mom. How are you doing today? I call you Sister Rattray, you know how it is. But Eileen, how are you?
I am wonderful, fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing good. You know, being a foster mom is such an enlightening thing, and the fact that you're a foster mom, we just wanted to talk to you for you to tell us, you know, how it is, how it's been going, and why do you think we should really do foster care?
I'm a foster mom for about 13 years or so. I think I started January 2007. That's the time when I started, 2007, January. Since then, about 13 or so kids been through my house, through my home. Of that, I still maintain contact with a few of them over the years. And I also continue doing foster care because I think it's well needed. Here we have a lot of children that it's not their fault why their parents are not involved in their life for whatever reason. It's not for us to decide whether their parents are good or not. Whatever reason they're in the foster care, it's for us as a parent and as a human being to see the need and assist when we can.
And are you still a foster parent now?
Yes, I am. Presently, I am. I have a family with me now, family of 3. Actually, they're siblings of 3. Since September last year, so it's over a year. I have them here, and it's a joy. It's a pleasure to work with them, to assist them in every way possible. I'm not saying it's an easy ride. It's not an easy ride. But you have to have an open heart and try to understand where they're coming from. A lot of times the kids, they have trauma previous to coming to you. So sometimes don't expect as they come into your house, they're gonna just love you. They're gonna push back. And for me, with this particular family that I have now, it's a little rough sometimes, but it's something that you can live with and try to understand them. That's the main thing. Just try to understand them, and you'll be able to work with them. It's rewarding for me because I'm from a big family. So it's rewarding when you know that you help a child. And for me, I have one foster son right now. He's in college. He keeps me abreast of what's going on. When he came here, he was the furthest person from going to college. He just want to go learn something like a trade because that's what, I don't know if his family member over before he came to me was geared towards a trade. Trades are good, but I encourage him to go to college.
You saw something else in him.
Yes, because he's very smart. He's very, very intellectually smart. So I know he's college material. And he's now in college.
You know, Sister Rattray, as I call you, Eileen, as you're known, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for giving your heart, opening up your home to children that you didn't even know what they would bring. And I've heard some horror stories, but the most important thing is at the end of it all, you have made a difference. So, you know, that's what life is about, making a difference in someone else's life, and that's what you have done. So I want to thank you. Any final words? We have about 30 seconds to go. Any final words before we close?
Well, I would encourage any parents or any adults out there that have this space in their home, and if you have a caring heart, care from the heart. To me, you have to care from the heart.
Right.
Because if you don't care from the heart, when when a situation comes up, then you just, give up. But don't give up. If you open up your heart, your mind, and your soul to take care of a child, when hard stuff comes, don't just give up. Try with them. And it can be a rewarding thing for you. You never know, probably it's that same foster child that you house in your home.
Yes.
When probably later on, that's the child that is there for you.
Absolutely, we really should. So I want to thank you again, Eileen Rattray, former commissioner for the City of Lauderdale Lakes, a foster mom for over 13 years. That's the way to go. Help a child, make a difference in a child's life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
On the Mitch Rich Show.
Welcome to Top Physical Therapy. Our patients' safety is a top priority. So we abide by the procedures of the pandemic. Here we provide occupational physical therapy and any trauma you face due to car accidents or any other physical issues. Come to Top Physical Therapy to receive treatment that is long overdue. We're located at 6730 North University Drive, Tamarack, Florida 33321, southeast corner of University and McNabb. Call today at 954-722-2212 to schedule your appointment. We've got you covered.
Well, you heard it today. We interviewed some of the key players in foster care in Broward County. And, my words of wisdom to anyone thinking about becoming a foster parent is to go all in. You will never, never, never regret the investment of time, love, and compassion you have sown into a child. Thank you for being with us today. Remember to visit us on all our social media platforms. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and as always, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. If you can't get it, you can't realize it.